Hello everybody, and welcome back to another DM's Guild review. I'm Alex from Slow Your Roll, and I'm back here with another 5 free adventures from the DM's Guild. If you like any of these adventures, make sure to leave it down in the comments, everybody, and let's jump into number 1. Trials of Timber by C.D. White, an adventure for 2nd to 3rd level characters. A subtle haze of early morning mist stuck to the city's cobblestone streets. The day's first light was just beginning to peek over the horizon, casting a soft orange glow on the faces of the local merchant and his group of adventurers. The merchant, a well-respected figure in the town, had called upon them with a task of the utmost importance. His shipment of timber, vital for the town's construction, had inexplicably vanished. The group, consisting of tough warriors and astute mages, started their mission with the dawn's rising light illuminating their way. The journey was calm yet filled with anticipation, with the landscape stretching out around them, a canvas of green with the browns and yellows along the path. As the sun crept higher into the sky, they arrived at the scene of the attack. There were obvious signs of a recent battle. The churned earth bore the markings of hooves and grooves of wagon wheels, and a lone log sat beside the side of the road. With keen eyes and honed skills, the party discovered the lifeless bodies of the cart drivers. On one, they found the guild seal bearing the name Amon Kar, a grim testament to the man's fate. Further investigation led to a discovery that would steer the journey into a whole new direction. A scrap of cloth, hidden beneath the underbrush, emblazoned with the insignia of the dreaded bandit group, the Scalpers. Their path now clear, the adventurers pressed forward, following a once-hidden trail that led to the bandit camp. Nestled in a clearing, the camp was rudimentary but well guarded. The flickering light from a central fire danced upon the canvas of tents, casting long, wavering shadows that seemed to move on their own. The air was filled with the scent of roasting meat, while the low murmur of conversation and occasional laughter filled the air. It was a scene of deceptive tranquility, hiding the true danger within. The bandit captain, named Billy Clubb, resided in the largest tent, his ill-gotten wealth scattered carelessly about. The stolen timber lay on the carts, and the innocent horses grazed nearby, oblivious to the chaos unfolding. As night fell, the adventurers launched their attack. The bandits, taken by surprise, scrambled to their weapons, their confusion evident in the chaos of the camp. The 2 guards posted at the entrance fell swiftly, their cries alerting the rest of the camp. The battle that ensued was fierce and bloody. Arrows whizzed through the air, spells illuminated the darkness, and steel met in a cacophony of sounds. Billy Clubb, a formidable foe, fought with the ferocity of a cornered beast, his sword cutting through the night, yet against the combined might of the adventurers, even he fell. With their leader defeated, the remaining bandits quickly lost their will to fight, their bravado dissipating like smoke in the wind. The adventurers claimed victory, freeing the stolen goods and returned them to their owners. Back in the town, the adventurers received their reward, 50 gold pieces and a promise of discounted goods. So what did you guys think of that low-level adventure? It's actually only 1 technical page that you have to read. It's even called a 1-page adventure. So if you guys like that, then leave it down in the comments and let's go right into number 2. We're going into The Dark Seed Awakening by Jeff Werner, a 2nd to 3rd level adventure again. In the haunting echoes of a history steeped in bloodshed, the town of Humboldt's-Karen stands, a somber testament to the harsh tides of war. This once bustling settlement is now nothing but a skeletal memory, its vibrancy lost to the winds of time. Its inhabitants claimed by a human warlord's cruel onslaught. The warlord, known as Karim, was a figure of dread, a harbinger of death, yet even he was not beyond the reach of the Grim Reaper. Struck down by a sudden illness, he was buried in the crypt beneath the fortified manor house, his body entombed alongside the fallen soldiers. Time swept over Humboldt's-Karen like an indifferent river, erasing the town's existence. But from death life has a peculiar way of asserting itself. Seeds from a guthless tree found their way into the crypt, pushing through the cold stone to tap into the remains of Karim and his soldiers. Sprouting into a new form of existence, the tree birthed an abominable progeny, the Blights. These plant beings bore fragments of the consciousness of those long dead, and one carried the memory of Karim, still unknowingly trapped in a centuries-old war. An adventure was sparked as whispers of Karim's grave goods reached eager ears. A wealthy patron desired to reclaim the forsaken land, even though scholars vanished within the area's eerie confines. Thus, a band of heroes set forth, their footsteps echoing in the deathly quiet town square where blights, disguised as crude effigies, lay in wait. The manor house loomed ominously, its entrance guarded by a vine blight, the echo of Karim. The blight parlayed, lost in the time when war was its world, and the heroes played along, their deception leading them into the manor's heart. Within the dank confines of the kitchen, they found Ethelred, a captive naturalist, her spirit unbroken despite her captivity. As they listened to her theories, the Blight's origin became clear. They were the grotesque spawn of the guthless tree rooted in the crypt. The heroes vowed to eliminate the tree, the source of this unnatural threat. Their journey led them to the manor's secret chamber, a hidden trove beneath the kitchen floor. Treasures lay within, but so did danger. An acid trap waiting to douse unsuspecting souls. Armed with Ethelred's clues, the heroes avoided the trap, their reward being a potion of vitality, a protective cloak, and gold. In the Lord's chamber, the room was a tangle of predatory vines, and amidst the decay, an iron-bound chest glinted with promise. Carefully navigating the room, the heroes claimed their prizes, braving the choking threat of the hungry vines. A potion of greater healing, a potion of hill giant strength, a robe of useful things, and gold lay within the chest, the unclaimed bounty up for the taking. Venturing into the main hall, a cloud of harmful spores filled the air. A silent, invisible adversary, a lurking gas spore, floated ominously, but the heroes prevailed, their quick thinking allowing them to navigate through the toxic clouds. Finally, they descended into the crypt, the haunting cradle of the guthless tree. The Karim vine blight rose in defiant defense of its domain, while the tree's blight minions surrounded it. A battle ensued, the crypt echoing with the clash of wills. As the blights fell, the tree became vulnerable. The heroes swung their weapons, hacking at the gnarled trunk until it fell. With a thunderous crash, the guthless tree fell, its death throes reverberating through the crypt. Its blight offspring, once formidable opponents, crumbled into lifeless husks, their animating spirit extinguished. A profound silence washed over the room, broken only by the ragged breathing of the victorious heroes. The echo of Karim, the vine blight, breathed its last breath, releasing the consciousness of the warlord to finally find its rest. Their task completed, the heroes freed Humboldt's Karen from the Blight's grasp. The town was free, no longer held in the chilling grip of a warlord's memory. In the end, the heroes returned to their patron, their hands bearing proof of the deed. A dead twig blight, a fragment of the guthless tree, and the tale of their heroics. Their patron listened with the rapt attention, his gaze reflecting a glimmer of newfound respect. The reward was given. Gold and gratitude, a small price for peace they had bestowed upon Humboldt's Karen. I really like that one. It's a cool adventure that has a very cool nature theme. Next up's a really fun one. It's called Tortle in a Half Shell by T.V. Jacobs, a third-level adventure. In the underbelly of Waterdeep, the city's bustling life buzzed with energy. Oblivious to the shadows beneath their feet, a labyrinth of winding tunnels and secluded alcoves, home to the quartet of unexpected heroes. 4 Tortles, each an enigma in his own right, destined to be the city's saviors. Leonardo the disciplined fighter, Raphael the fierce barbarian, Michelangelo the jovial bard, and Donatello the ingenious wizard were more than just four brothers. They were the defenders of justice in a city on the verge of anarchy, giving their lives to stop the evil Grader's ruthless Schmoot clan from expanding its influence. The journey commenced on an ordinary night, the city's darkness punctuated by the shrieks of a damsel in distress. Brutal thugs surrounded May O'Nally, a journalist looking for the truth. The Tortles, ever vigilant, intervened, their combined might sending the thugs scurrying into the shadows. May, in her gratitude, unveiled the results of her tireless investigation. The Mindbendo Corporation, a seemingly harmless chemical conglomerate, was potentially the puppeteer controlling the rise in crime. Their CFO, Fumi Sagasman, and a black market merchant, Hidashi Wanten, were the two most likely links in the chain. Their path was set. The Tortles first made their way to the luxurious abode of Fumi. Through a clever combination of intimidation and persuasion, they convinced her to divulge the location of the Smoot clan's lair. Hidashi, the elusive merchant, provided no match for the Tortles, persuasive tactic, and gold, and he too revealed valuable information about the clan. Armed with knowledge and determination, they approached the lair, a fortress fraught with peril. Ninja warrior-style obstacles lay in their path, testing their physical and mental prowess. Inside the lair was a maze of deadly traps imbued with potent ninja magic. A living barracks teemed with Schmoot members, and the chilling sight of a captive on a torture rack. The journey was fraught with danger, but each challenge was met with unyielding resolve. They moved as shadows, unseen and unheard, their ninja training aiding their quest. At last, they arrived at the Grand Conservatory, the den of the fearsome Grader. The rooftops echoed with the clash of steel, and the Tortles locked in a fierce battle with Grader. Each move was a dance of precision and power, their unity outshining Grader's brutal onslaught. The victory was the city's salvation, the end of the Schmoot clan's reign of terror, and the promise of the new dawn of Waterdeep. Their story, though veiled in the obscurity of the city's underbelly, became a legend whispered in hushed tones, a tale of four turtles who dared defy the odds and brought peace back to the streets of Waterdeep. They're not just any heroes, they were turtles in a half shell. So if you guys didn't get what that's from yet, I don't know how to help you, but that is awesome. I loved that adventure. Reading it, and I didn't get to run it yet, but I want to really bad. So I need 4 people who want to play Tortles. Who's up for it? Moving into our very next adventure, it's going to be The Vampire Cure by Rui Ribeiro. Another 3rd level adventure. We are just hitting those out of the park today. In the shadowed drift hinterlands, nestled amongst fear and foreboding, a story unfolded that would live in the whispers of the villagers for generations to come. The story opens with a terrified village under the siege of an unlikely attacker, Samkal, a vampire. Yet, unlike the monstrous lore associated with his kind, Samkal was different. He was desperate to break free from the curse of his existence. The village cowered under the specter of this nocturnal predator, each dusk brought about by trepidation and uncertainty. Despite the fear he instilled, Samkal yearned for a different path. He had been secretly corresponding with a doctor, seeking a remedy for his cursed existence. The day finally arrived when he believed he had found his salvation. Calling upon a band of adventurers, he requested their aid to escort him to the doctor's laboratory. His strength had waned due to the absence of feeding, making him vulnerable. The idea of a repentant vampire looking for a cure intrigued the adventurers, and the promise of 1,000 gold pieces made it even more appealing. They agreed to aid Samkal in his quest for redemption. They met at Samkal's grand mansion, an imposing edifice shrouded in darkness and mystery. Samkal, a pale man adorned in flamboyant attire, welcomed them. His story unfolded as a tale of regret, hope, and a desperate desire for redemption. He pleaded for their help in his journey to regain his humanity, which the adventurers accepted. The journey to the doctor's laboratory was treacherous, as the villagers had become vigilant in their pursuit of Samkal. The village was fortified, the buildings were barricaded, and patrols roamed the streets. The adventurers had to use their wits and skills to navigate through the village without raising the alarm, all while protecting the weakened Samkal. The adventurers evaded watchful eyes, confronting hostile patrols, and outmaneuvered their obstacles. They used stealth, persuasion, and sometimes force while guiding Samkal through the streets under the veil of night. They even braved an underwater corridor filled with giant frogs to reach their destination undetected. Their journey ended at a secluded house on the outskirts of the village, home to Pogava, the doctor who held the potent cure. Yet, as they entered, the air grew heavy with suspicion. The house was filled with peculiar machines and unusual contraptions, an unusual setting for a doctor. It was here that the true intentions of Samkal were revealed. Pogavov, a mad scientist in disguise, had no cure for Samkal. Instead, he had a concoction that would restore Samkal's strength, giving him the means to exact revenge on the villagers. The adventurers had been deceived. They were not aiding a remorseful vampire seeking redemption, but a scornful creature seeking vengeance. In the ensuing confrontation, the adventurers fought a desperate battle against a restored and powerful Samkal and the treacherous Pogavov. The once quiet lab was filled with the clash of weapons, the cracking of arcane energy, and the roar of defiance from our heroes. Finally, after a grueling fight, the adventurers emerged victorious. Their journey had been one of deception and danger, but they upheld their duty as protectors of the innocent. Their actions served as a stark reminder that not all tales are as they seem, and that even in the darkest corners, the light of heroism shines bright. In the aftermath, the adventurers found treasures hidden in Pogavov's lab, a meager compensation for their trials as they left the now silent house. The village was once again bathed in the light of dawn, the somber hush replaced by the jubilant chirping of the early morning birds. So what did y'all think about that one? It was a pretty fun adventure to read through. I would have liked it if the vampire was maybe a good guy. That would have been cool. I might actually try to run that type of adventure if that ever happens. But moving right into the very next one we're talking about, I Never Promised You a Rose Garden by Alan J. Robinson. This one didn't have a specific level, but it's for intermediate people, so I'm gonna guess 3 to 5, maybe even 8. In the heart of a foreboding forest, a party of adventurers embarks on a journey, an endeavor wrapped in promises of glory and riches. Their task is simple, or so it seems: travel through the woods and reach the distant town of Kafir. They set off, their spirits high and their resolve unbroken, unaware of the challenges ahead. As they traverse the dark tunnel-like path, an eerie silence swallows their voices. A chill permeates the air, turning their breaths into clouds of white mist. The obsidian darkness of the tunnel seems infinite, swallowing both day and night. They feel the weight of their isolation, their hopes of sunlight sinking with each step. Suddenly a glimmer of hope pierces the gloom. They come upon a chasm, a gash in the earth. 20 feet wide, the chasm is a daunting obstacle. Yet it also reveals a glimpse of the sun, a sight they thought they'd lost. Together, they find a way across, their bonds growing stronger in the face of adversity. Having bid farewell to the sun, they plunge back into the darkness. Silence hangs heavy among them, deep in thought. They contemplate the ancient tunnel and its enduring existence, a mystery that boggles their minds. While resting, a suggestion arises. They could simply stay for 20 days, then return and claim that they had made the trip. A debate ensues and their moral compasses are put to the test. But as they journey deeper into the forest, unnatural sounds echo in the distance, whispering fears into their ears. The noises gnaw at their sleep. Their dreams are invaded by unseen horrors. Try as they might, rest eludes them, their weariness growing with each passing day. Their journey is still going, and it's testing their resolve constantly. The relentless rain turns their path into a treacherous, muddy river 30 feet wide, they must find a way across, despite the elements battering them. As night falls, the sounds persist, gnawing at their sanity, their relentlessness reflected in the dark circles under each adventurer's eyes. The trials of their journey take a toll on their bodies and minds, manifesting tics and twitches. Their faith wavers as they question whether the reward is worth the sacrifice. Yet they are in too deep now. Turning back is no longer an option. As they continue, they stumble upon a small clearing where stone ruins stand as remnants of a bygone era. Their curiosity piqued, they contemplate the fate of the former inhabitants, the unanswered questions aiding to the enigma of their journey. The ruins prove to be far from a sanctuary. Animated rose vines attack them, dragging one of their own into a ring of awakened shrubs. The party defends their comrades fiercely, their unity stronger than ever. But the forest has more tricks up its sleeve. A host of animated honey locust trees herds them toward an area filled with holes, leading an underground cavern that disorients them with the hallucinogenic fungi. The forest itself is fighting against them. Their greatest challenge arrives in the form of redthorn, a creature capable of awakening the very trees. As each tree falls, more rise in its place. The party soon realizes they must defeat redthorn directly to end the onslaught. Their victory is hard fought, but it brings a moment of respite, a night free of the maddening noise. Their victory over adversity lifts their spirits as they continue on their journey. Yet another challenge presents itself. They encounter another group of adventurers heading towards Border Glade, seeking the same reward. The party must decide how to handle this situation. Their trials are far from over. They confront their rival group with weary bodies and minds taxed by the relentless journey. Each adventurer is a mirror of their own traits and skills. But the stakes are too high. Their negotiations are a dance of diplomacy and veiled threats. Their words a battleground as treacherous as the forest itself. Their hard-earned victory over Redthorn and the perilous woods has forged them into a formidable team, their determination clear in their eyes. The confrontation ends not in violence, but in mutual understanding. The rival adventurers, seeking the resolve in our party's eye, turned back, leaving the path to Kafir open. As the rival group disappears in the forest, the party feels a sigh of relief. Their journey through the woods had tested their mettle, their unity, and their ethics, pursuing them to their limits, and they have emerged victorious. Their journey continues, their path now unobstructed, the gold reward within their grasp. As they march toward Kafir, the memory of their trials they faced in the woods remained etched in their minds. The hardships they endured serve as a testament to their resilience, transforming them from a group of strangers into a closely knit team. Their journey through the woods was arduous and fraught with peril, but they would not trade the experience for anything else. For in that dark and perilous forest, they found not only an adventure, but a camaraderie forged in adversity and the strength they never knew they had. So that's pretty cool. So I really like that one. It's kind of like a survival-ish adventure, and it's similar to the Blight's adventure that we had just a few adventures ago, but they got really cool customized monsters for this type of thing. So if you haven't tried that one, give it a try. But that's all 5 adventures today, guys. What did you think of them? If you did get a chance to play one of these adventures and you liked it, make sure you go to the creator of the adventure and drop $1 or something for him, because you know all of these are free. But other than that, y'all, I'll see you later. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe.